So I was out making up nucs here before dark. I'm just gonna move them over to the other yard. Took one good double, and most of them got split into 3 or 4 new hives plus the original. Here's the nucs. So I just shook the bees off the frames, put a queen excluder so I know the queen's down there, and then I can just strip the boxes off, load them on the truck, and tomorrow they'll get queen cells. Most of them got like 2 or 3 frames of brood, and then lots of honey, and all drawn comb. Here's what the nucs look like. This one's especially strong. By the way, this isn't a good idea to do this at night. The bees crawl everywhere and they sting anything. So yeah, you get that type of shit going on. Okay, got everything unloaded. A good tip is leave the truck running while you're unloading. Just the engine running and the vibration, it seems to keep the bees calmer. Go around and just pull the grass out. I usually plug the entrances when I'm moving them. I just plugged the tops this time. It's probably not important at nighttime, but if I'm moving them in the day, I do. Ooh. Sounds good. They look decent enough. It's cool out tonight. I can't quite see my breath, but it is cold out here. This one. Ow, right in the back. And keep in mind too, they were just cruising down the road, keeping cold, so. And another one. This yard's getting filled up nicely again. Tomorrow I'm gonna split down the strong ones in this yard and try and start filling up my home yard. And then I'll have to wait to get more cells, so I'll probably split the other ones within 2 weeks. I gotta get the weed whipper going and cut the grass in here. It's getting to be like a jungle. Also, I'm gonna pull my dead, take him home, and I'll start sorting all my brood comb. Whew. All right, I think that's it. I'll get cells tomorrow, and should be good, hopefully. Oh, also, I was gonna do some mite tests. I never got to test them before I split the hives, but I'd still like to test everything and just see where they're at. Just out splitting down the hives. So I leave them with 2 to 3 frames of brood, or I guess the equivalent of 2 good frames of brood, but some could get 3, some could get 4. But the equivalent of 2 good frames of brood, and then 4 honeys, 2 mediums, and an empty. So I get all the brood frames shooken off. There's, 7 frames of brood there. Put the excluder down. Also, when I'm shaking these, I'm looking for the queen, just glancing quickly, because if I spot her, I'm done shaking. I can just pick her up and put her in the bottom. But anyways, queen excluder goes on. I still have to make up brood chambers, so I'm going to set this back on the hive quickly. The bees can come up and keep the brood warm. And then I'll come up with some broods here. And I can start splitting them up into, 2, 3 frames of brood-ish. All right. Out of a good double like this, I've been splitting them into 3 or 4 pretty easily. Picking up the cells. This is from Buddy's hive. It's a queenless cell starter finisher. And then I got a frame of cap brood to replace the the cell bar frame. Looks pretty good. I didn't trust my hives to make queens this year, so using a friend's hive here. These cells look really good. I'll just get some grass and brush them off. I didn't bring smoke, so that's awesome. These are a little bit pissy, but haven't been stung yet. Okay, I'll put them into the cooler now. It's just a cooler with a warm water bottle, about bath temperature, and then I just put a t-shirt in here. These cells are a lot, like, they're not as fragile as what a lot of people think. You can just put them in there. They're in more danger of cooking than they are of chilling, so make sure you don't overheat them. Set this back, and we'll head to a yard. All right, got that closed up. The bees are actually pretty nice over here. I didn't get stung. There's a nice little honey flow on too. That's good. When I was making up nucs today, I was shaking nectar out of the frames. Placing cells. Just pop the lid. It's pretty warm out right now, so they're not clustered at all. Just take a cell wherever the bees are, and there's an opening, so right there's good. Done. You can also pull a comb and just push it in. I'd do that if it was going to be cold out, but it's fine like this, and it's way faster. Last one for this yard. This is how most of the nucs look. Just in there. Good, done. All right, we'll move on to the next yard. Just got the last cell placed. This isn't a nuc, this was a wintered hive. Well, this was a couple wintered hives that were just little tiny clusters, so I put them together. Usually if I give them a queen cell, vape them with oxalic, and they seem to have a fresh start. I've had ones that look like this, and next year it's like 3 boxes of bees at this time of year. They're already on that cell there. I don't wait after pinching the queen. Like, I pinched the queen about 2 minutes ago and just put the cell in. They know that she's gone. You don't need to wait. If you're wondering what that is, that's just Oxytet that's left over.